here's a nice little tangent. I don't know if we've technically started at this point, but sure. I mean, like we're recording, so I guess
Welcome
whatever.
to Gaming Etc. After Dark, the after show of Gaming Etc. What's your tangent?
I think it's just like Wednesday night. I was on my way to go to bed, and as I think every human does, I had YouTube open, and so I watched one more video before I went to bed. And it was like the final race scene from Speed Racer, the live action movie, in 4K.
Okay.
And
Really?
like I was like, I didn't know this is in 4K, and I like pretty things, so I'm just gonna watch it, even though it was a terrible movie. And like that movie is real bad. Like I forgot how actually bad that is. Because Speed Racer's so
I,
good because I love the Speed Racer cartoon,
I've
but
never actually seen the movie,
it's real bad.
so I
It's
know
like,
I know it's directed by the guys who made The Matrix.
yeah, and they're real good. So it's like, it goes to show you that just because you got a good name doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a good thing.
Exactly.
But like I can't. I think it came out in 2007, and like when I watched that movie, I did not notice how bad the CG was. But like, it does not look even a little bit like a real car.
Well,
It
granted, though, it's 2007.
Yeah, but
So,
like The Matrix was 2001 or 19. Yeah, 2001. Does that check out?
1999.
Was it 99? And like that
Yeah.
movie, I'm sorry. Like I know that part of it's just because I love it, and so I'm gonna sing the praises forever. But like I think Matrix still looks good.
Yeah, no. The CGI for The Matrix, even the sequel and for the trilogy altogether, it looks great.
Yeah, like I don't think The
Yes,
Matrix is
if you
hard
can
to go
talk about
back
the
to now at all. I think you
oh,
can still watch it and it still looks a lot better than
well,
a lot of modern CG.
in terms of mindless action, yes, but if you're looking for depth and characters, and it asks some meaningful questions, but in reality, it's just overcomplicated bullshit. Sorry, that's my rant on the Matrix.
Oh man, we should never talk about The Matrix on this show because I'm so on the Matrix hype train. I love everything about The Matrix.
I'm sorry,
It's
but
okay.
like
We can
the
disagree.
no, the
That's
first
fine.
movie, I like the first movie, but the second and third movie just
Okay. Like we don't have to agree. That's okay, Wumbo. Like
oh, of
like
course,
many married couples, there are things we can disagree about, and that's okay.
the Matrix is one of them.
Yeah, that's okay. Wumbo, how was your week?
Well, I mean, the week so far, my week's been pretty well. Like I said, I'm out of town.
Okay.
Most likely, this video is going to be up a day later. Well, usually it's up a day later, but you know what I mean.
No, you're good. So did you take the train to the grandma's?
Yes, I took the train to my grandmother's house since I can't really drive right now. So
Right.
yeah, and well, it took about 2.5 hours. It wasn't that bad.
No, it's not terrible. Are you taking the train back as well?
Yes, I am.
Is that tomorrow that you're riding back?
hmm
Very cool. Very, very cool. How are the grandparents doing, or the grandma? I'm not sure. Is there a grandpa in the mix?
My grandma and grandpa are doing pretty good.
Okay, cool. So there is a grandpa, confirmed. Confirmed. At least one grandpa in
At
the
least
mix.
one. Yes,
Okay.
at
Less
least.
than three, though, I'm guessing. I mean, you might have more than three grandpas. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Well, my experience, there can be three, thanks to step parents.
That's true. That's a good point. That's an excellent point. I suppose
So,
theoretically you could have infinite grandparents.
that would be weird, but yeah.
I mean, if they
At
married a
most,
bunch.
yeah, at most you could have four.
Hey, how
Three.
does polygamy work? Are all the wives your moms, or is your mom just the one
I
that gave birth
have
to you?
no idea. Go to Utah where that's legal.
That's an excellent, excellent point. I'm just frightened of Utah. I feel like I might get murdered. I don't know.
What? That's the Mormon state.
I know. Like I've seen Wicker Man. I'm like, I know what those crazy cults do. I'm just kidding. You're not in a cult if you're a Mormon. I just saw Wicker Man the other day, and it's still kind of in the back of my head, and it's scaring me.
Wait, the 2006 one or the 1970 something one?
The 2006 one
Oh dear God.
with Nicolas Cage. You know what? I like Nicolas Cage.
Okay,
He's not a great actor, but I like him in spite of himself.
okay. I'm going to edit in two clips right now. Here's him punching here's him in a bear costume punching somebody.
What is it? What's wrong, sister?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
And then here's him screaming, "Not the bees."
Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Open my eyes! Eyes! Ah! Ah!
Yeah, it's a real thing. Like the dialogue is so forced in that movie. It'll be like, "You dumb bitches, you're all dumb bitches," like as they're killing him, and it's like, I can't believe this is happening. This is like,
Why did you watch it?
Because I saw it when it came. I literally. Well, I'm going to tell you something that's completely ridiculous. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
I saw that
What's
movie in theaters.
what?
I saw Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage in theaters when it
Oh
came
my
out.
god.
Because I was like, I like Nicolas Cage. This could be fun. And it was literally, I think, just one of those. There's nothing else out, but I'm going to the movies sort of scenarios.
Okay, fair enough. But like,
And it was like it was scary. Like cults are scary. Cults are scary things.
okay, fair. Yeah, yeah. Of course.
It's not
you
a great
have,
movie, but like it was. It
No,
was like
no. But I guess it tackles some scary subjects. And for the original movie's case, for what I've heard, I haven't seen. It's a great movie in general, but it also has a great horror scene at the very end.
okay. Like the end
So-
of like I think what drew me to it when I saw it the first time was like Nicolas Cage. Say what you will about Nicolas Cage, and you probably, for better or worse, you probably have a lot to say about Nicolas Cage, whoever you are. But like Nicolas Cage doesn't die in his movies. Like that's not him. And like spoiler alert for the end of Wicker Man, he dies. Like
He's not like Sean Bean in every movie. Where
and
he
you know
dies.
it's not one of those like he saves someone and gets shot in the process and like bleeds out peacefully at the end. Like he gets kidnapped by a cult and they put him in a giant wooden effigy and they light him on fire. Like it's a very like
Yeah, it's disturbing, but
Yeah, it's a
unfortunately,
real-
though, with the tone and the dialogue of that film, it's just so over the top and stupid.
Now I will say, for every problem that movie has, I don't think Nicolas Cage is one of them. I don't think it's Nicolas Cage's fault that movie was bad.
Well, in that case, Nicolas Cage makes the movie more watchable, but I think
Yeah.
just his performance is crap.
I
sorry.
honestly, it felt like the writing, like to me, like when he was like trying to scream "you dumb bitches" at the people as they're burning him. I was like, really? Like that's your last words? Really? Like, hopefully that wasn't improvised, because if so, I'm gonna have to eat these words. But like, I was just like, oh man, this is real bad. I can't listen
creepy.
to this dialogue. But it's one of those movies where you have to watch it knowing it's gonna be terrible, and if you do, you'll enjoy it. But yeah,
It's like The Room or Birdemic or Sharknado or any of those other movies where they're so bad they're good.
I
And you can
still
see
haven't
they're
seen Sharknado.
enjoyable.
It's still in my list on Netflix.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, is it good?
It's, even my younger brother too. I've seen it. It's insanely stupid, but it's funny.
Didn't they make like 3?
Yeah, no, there's 4 now.
Are there 4? What's the 4th one called?
I think it's called like A Shark Unleashed. It's a Star Wars pun.
A Shark Unleashed.
And then they announced a 5th one.
The Sharknado Cinematic Universe.
I guess so. Sci-Fi is making a lot of money off of that. The Sci-Fi Channel.
That'd be funny if they did like a Fast and the Furious thing where they like did a spin-off where there's just like one minor character in the first movie has a whole story to themselves, and that explains like where the NATO comes from for the 5th movie or something like that. That'd be really funny. I'd enjoy that a lot.
You know, the first Fast and Furious movie I ever saw was the 3rd one.
That's Tokyo
Tokyo
Drift, right?
Yeah, that's the one with the minor character.
Han.
So I was
Han-
wondering, like,
Han Solo.
okay, so then I went back and watched the first one. I was wondering, what does this have to do with anything?
It's about family, Wumbo.
That's the 7th movie.
Oh, well, who cares? They're all about family. All of them.
No, it's
They're all about
first one-
Wumbo. They're all
the
about
fir-
family.
the first one's an obvious Point Break ripoff.
They're all about family, Wumbo. Also Cars, but that's kind of secondary. So you had a good Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, I had a pretty good Thanksgiving.
Okay, what was the best food that you guys had?
We had some turkey, we had
Nice.
some mashed potatoes, we had these vegetable things that someone else brought.
Okay.
Let me think what else. Bunch of pies.
There you go. What kind of
Stuffing.
pies?
We had pecan pie, we had pumpkin pie, and we had this apple crumble pie or
That's
whatever.
what
I
I
only
need.
have
Apple and pecan are the 2 pies that I like.
I honestly haven't really tried pecan pie, but
Okay.
we have it in the fridge over there, and
Alrighty.
should probably try it. But I only really had pumpkin pie.
Okay. Pumpkin pie's okay. I just can't do it. Pie is like a
Really?
weird consistency. You like pies? There's
What
stuff
about
going
like
on
what about chocolate pie?
there. Nah, I'm not a big chocolate guy.
Really?
Like
You
chocolate,
know what?
it's not that I don't like the flavor. It's that 9 times out of 10, it's too rich. It's too overpowering.
Then you are not gonna like chocolate from other countries
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
because it's very sweet too. I've had Italian chocolate and Swedish chocolate. It's very sweet.
Okay. So I stayed in my college dorm for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I'm going back to my parents' home in December for Christmas break, but I didn't leave for Thanksgiving. And it turns out at college, when there's a 4-day break, people treat it like it's a 1 month break. Like everyone tries to make the most of this break as they possibly can. So by Wednesday evening, I was the only person in my wing. Like there was literally no one else
Really?
here. Yeah.
Wow.
And like that's not necessarily a problem, but then campus food shut down. And then every place I could get food within a mile was closed on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh fuck.
So my Thanksgiving was
Oh,
just me
fuck.
wandering around Parkland, Washington, which if you've ever been there, it's not the nicest part of town. Of me just wandering around, literally just looking for food for like 3 hours.
Oh my god, Nostal.
Yeah, it was crazy. I thought I might get murdered
Wow.
because there was like a big storm. It was very Silent Hill esque. Like it was like the town was very Silent Hill of like there weren't many people and
Just
every person you
everywhere?
saw looked like they could mess you up. So I was like, ooh.
And then you somehow walk through a door and you end up through to my aunt's house.
Oh, that would have been cool.
We're
That would've
eating
been weird.
turkey.
I'd have been like, what? Wumbo, you live in Park, or your aunt lives in Parkland, Washington? But, yeah, and so it was one of those things where you can keep what you have or keep going for something greater, because I passed Walgreens immediately, and Walgreens was open. But I was like, oh, I'm going to go to Panda Express. So I walk maybe a mile and a half to Panda Express, and Panda Express is closed. And so then I go to McDonald's and Little Caesars and Subway, and everything is literally just everything is
Wait, whoa,
closed.
whoa! McDonald's is closed.
McDonald's is closed.
What? Okay, that is a rarity.
And McDonald's was the one that made me mad because there was someone in McDonald's and I knocked and they looked at me and then went back to their work. Like that was the one I was mad about. Because I was like,
Okay,
oh, you're clearly
I don't
in
blame
there.
you there.
Yeah, but like, so eventually I just ended up going back to Walgreens after thinking, like, it is raining. This wind is almost too much for me to keep holding onto my umbrella. It is like it is dusk at this point. Like, it is nightfall. And I'm like, I might get murdered if I stay out here longer. So, like, I'm going to Walgreens. I bought, like, 4 chicken pot pies. And I just came back here, and that was my Thanksgiving. Which isn't actually as bad as it sounds.
No.
But there was, like, I was like, I don't know if I am going to eat on Thanksgiving. I literally may not get food. But I did.
Where'd you get the microwave from?
We have a microwave in our wing in the kitchen.
Okay.
So, yeah. But,
Good.
yeah, it was interesting. It was, like, it was something. I don't know. It was weird. It kind of felt like a dream. It was very surreal, like wandering around a rainy city when just no one's there and you're just not talking to anyone. It was very strange. But anyway, that was my Thanksgiving, so it was something.
It was much more, I guess, interesting than my standard Thanksgiving. Although I did talk to some interesting people.
There you
Well,
go.
one interesting person.
Someone was a music producer / composer
Yes.
/ performer
If I do believe his name is Mike Stone, he mainly does drumming stuff.
of the Rolling Stones.
Yes.
He was one of the Rolling Stones.
No,
Oh.
he's a. There's a video up on YouTube of him just drumming.
Okay,
I guess he's a drummer.
very cool.
Uh,
We'll insert that as B-roll right now. There you go. You're welcome, Wumbo. I added 20 minutes to your editing process. I'm just kidding.
I'll probably just put like a link in the description if I can find the video to begin with. He showed me a video with him in it.
I mean, we
But-
inserted B-roll for Wicker Man, so
Yeah, no, but that's easier to find than
that's
this
true.
one.
That's a good point. Yeah, unfortunately, Wicker Man is pretty much as easy to find as possible. Unfortunately, Wicker Man will sneak up when you're least expecting.
Unfortunately or fortunately, depends on how you look at it.
Wicker
Anyway,
Man will, yeah. It'll be there.
Yeah. But yeah, he has a bunch of stuff on SoundCloud too. I think his name is Demise O. He does a lot of ambient stuff, and he's done some stuff through, I do believe, some movie soundtrack stuff, or I guess some buddies of his. And I listened to it; sounds pretty cool. And he also likes to add on a bunch of stuff to that too. He also has this one. He's doing this one project with I guess another musician where he's getting like these. I guess these signals that NASA released of like distant planets, radio signals, and they sound like synthetic noises.
This is like
And so-
like Close Encounters of the Third Kind of stuff going on there.
I guess, yeah. And then he's adding on different stuff to it
Weird.
to make it like a. Yeah, I know, but it sounds really cool.
I want to give a quick shout out to like ambient noise and sound mixers in television and movies because like that's one of those things you don't think about when you're watching it, but like if a scene has the slightest bit wrong ambient noise, like you're immediately going to notice it. But if it's just perfect, it's like that adds to the immersion so well when you're watching television or movies or anything like that. Like background noise is so important.
it has to fit with the tone, and if it doesn't, it's very off-putting.
Yeah, and like Walking Dead for whatever reason is the thing I notice this the most with. Of like, in reality, it must just be the same cricket chirp on loop because there's always crickets on the show, but it's mixed and done with the other noises so well that you never notice it. It always feels authentic. Like it's really interesting. Just like the psychology that goes into background noise. Like it's kind of interesting. But anyway, I do want to give a shout out to I saw Edge of 17 this weekend, and I was watching the credits as you and I were talking about earlier, and it was like
Yes.
Hans Zimmer did the score for this movie.
Oh, what?
Like
Really?
you know who Hans Zimmer is, right?
Yes, I know who Hans
Okay, just
Zimmer
making sure,
is.
making sure. Like I was like really surprised of like this weird like teenage indie flick that like Hans Zimmer
And
composed the
Hans
whole thing
Zimmer.
to. Yeah, and I was like,
And in case you're wondering, famous movie composer for anyone who doesn't know, you know,
yeah, look up his resume. He did anything you've seen in the last 15 years. Like he's done pretty much
aside
every
from John
big
Williams.
budget. John Williams too. Yeah, John Williams is probably like the only name. I'd say Hans Zimmer is
most
more
people know.
contemporary. John Williams is like a little more old school composer.
Yeah, true.
But like Hans Zimmer's incredible. I mean, to me, my favorite Hans Zimmer one has got to be that Man of Steel, Ideal of Hope. Like that's such a good score. Just it's so good, man. Like say what you will about Man of Steel, but that first trailer, that music, it was so good.
But I can't really name the movie that he's done because I just heard the name. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're fine. You're good.
Yeah, the Man of Steel trailer is much better than the movie. That's all I can say.
That's true.
And the music helps.
That's very true. Anyway, Wumbo, we got a couple minutes. Anything else you want to talk about?
Not really too much. I'm pretty much. Do you hear that banging?
I do. It kind of sounds like maybe someone's being murdered.
No, it's my grandfather doing a shelf in the other room.
Doing a shelf.
Or making this shelf that we were building last night.
Okay, I thought the shelf was like a dance move. So you were like, oh, he's doing the shelf over in the other room. And I was like, oh, good for him.
The shelf
keeping
dance,
spry.
the
Yeah.
latest dance craze is just standing up, or it's just standing in a corner and holding things.
Can you like it's like you're miming a hammer and a shelf, and we call it the shelf. And it's like, I don't know. There might be potential here. Also, far more likely, there might be no potential here.
Most likely, there is no potential here.
Time will
But
tell.
no, he's building this shelf in the garage because yeah,
All
because
right,
he had to tear down some old ones.
I like it. So,
Now-
what time do you get home tomorrow?
I think around 6 or 7,
That's not terrible.
7 p.m.
So, are you skipping your classes, or do you not have Monday class?
No, I do have class tomorrow or on Tuesday at
Okay.
9:30, so it's not that bad.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
Alrighty then. Shall we call it here, Wumbo?
Yes, we will call it here. Thank you guys for watching the Game Etc. Or the Game Etc. Thank you guys for watching Game Etc. After Dark. If you liked what After Dark, Spring Break Forever.
Spring Break Forever. We almost went a whole episode without saying it. Almost.
Almost. And well, I did say it in the main show too. If you like what you see here, please do yourself a favor and subscribe to me, subscribe to the stall, like this video, comment if you want to say anything special or weird, or read any of if Foxy comments on this, she'll write some weird stories about pickles and floops.
We're actually starting a Kickstarter to transcribe all of the things Foxy is saying and hire psychiatrists to analyze it.
We'll get $100,000 like what the Cards Against Humanity producers did.
Yeah, also, this just in, Wumbo and I are going to go up on a roof, and we're not going to come down until you give us $100,000. We're not going to jump or anything. We're not like blackmailing you. We're just going to stay up there till you give us $100,000.
Oh my.
More on this as it unfolds. What are we going to do with it? Nothing. We're not even going to put it in the bank account. We're probably just going to, I don't know. I have literally no idea. Literally
Off a
nothing.
cliff.
We might not even organize it. We might just leave it in the account. I don't know.
We'll send it to Swedish banks.
No, that's way too clever. Like, we need to do as little with this money as we possibly can. I don't know. Well, comment below what like the least impactful thing we could do with $100,000.
We'll get all pennies out of that $100,000.
There you go.
And then
Put 'em in a warehouse.
And then literally make it rain.
Oh, I like that a lot. Pennies are dirty though. Have you ever seen a penny? Like, ugh.
Yes, I've seen a penny. They're
Yeah.
dirty.
Yeah, it's
They've
not
been
good.
they've been places.
They've been places.
It's 10. We gotta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody. Comment below your favorite penny, and we might feature it in next week's show.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Boy.